Namaste. Welcome to the Unity Satsang Podcast. My name is Connor Ryan, and I am here at the Unity Yoga Co-op in Marquette, Michigan. Wherever you are joining us from, welcome. The typical format for this podcast is we will start out with cleansing and centering. However you'd like to do that, you can sit wherever you are, whether that's a chair or in your car or at home, and find yourself a comfortable place to sit just for a moment. Maybe it's for a couple of breaths with me, or maybe you can even pause this video and take the time that you need to really center before we get started. So wherever you are, just finding yourself upright and breathing. One more breath. And a long exhale. And whether you pause this video or not, welcome back. We will begin now with reading and sharing from the wisdom traditions, mostly the teachings of yoga. Starting today by opening up the Bhagavad Gita, renunciation through knowledge. Sri Krishna addresses Arjuna, and so the Spirit addresses the individual with the teaching. Foe consumer, now I have shown you yoga that leads to the truth undying. I taught this yoga first to Vivaswat. Vivaswat taught it in turn to Manu. Next, Ikashaku learned it from Manu, and so the sages in royal succession carried it onward from teacher to teacher, till at length it was lost, throughout the ages forgotten. So yes, we do have some names here. The general emphasis of this passage is Krishna saying, I have taught you this yoga. This yoga has been passed down through lineages, from teacher to teacher. And Arjuna, the subject, responds, Vivaswat was born long before you. How am I to believe that you were first to teach this yoga? Krishna replies, you and I, Arjuna, have lived many lives. I remember them all. You do not remember. I am the birthless, the deathless, Lord of all that breathes. I seem to be born. It is only seeming. It is only my Maya. I am still master of my Prakriti, the power that makes me. When goodness grows weak, when evil increases, I make myself a body. In every age I come back to deliver the holy, to destroy the sin of the sinner, and to establish righteousness. He who knows the nature of my task and my holy birth is not reborn. When he leaves this body, he comes to me. So this passage, it's set up nicely with some context of, okay, here's the teaching. It's been passed down through these lineages. The student says, wait a minute, how could this be when these lineages, they outlive you? because they're talking in the present. They're having a conversation on the battlefield. And so Krishna responds and says, well, I am the original teacher. And I am also teaching you this now. Both are correct. And it speaks also to the many prophets that have lived throughout the ages, the many teachers that have sprouted up in our history as humans. There has been many different wisdom traditions that get started surrounding a teacher. For example, the Buddha or Christ established a teaching to destroy the sin of the sinner and establish righteousness. These are words that we recognize, and they happen within all traditions. Now, in this variant, the Bhagavad Gita, it is Krishna. Krishna is the embodiment of that original teacher or original spirit that has to offer the truth. But it can be found in all traditions. To me, that is a huge driving force behind this passage, is that Krishna acknowledges that in times throughout history, there has been this dissemination of truth from teacher to teacher, from teacher to student, and this is our understanding of, I'll go on, flying from fear, flying from lust and anger. These things hide in me. He hides in me. His refuge, his safety, burnt clean in the blaze of my being. In me many find home. Whatever wish men bring to me in worship, that wish I will grant them. Whatever path men travel, it is my path. No matter where they walk, it leads to me. There is an emphasis here on forgiveness. And whatever path we travel, whatever choices we make, we are going the same direction. Whatever customs that we decide to make meaningful to us, that is leading to the same destination. Maybe if we could see these similarities between paths, there could be more peace, more harmony amongst people of the world. This could be a major breakthrough if we realize that, yes, Krishna, coming from the Hindu kind of background, is a representation of the ultimate spirit. And it feels like he's recognizing that quite clearly. If we could recognize that all prophets, all teachers who have come in the past are a representation of that universal being. It's a very non-dogmatic approach, is that if we can tap into that universal being that all teachings have to offer. It's always nice to kind of just let things settle. Let the text, the reading, kind of settle in the heart. If we can embody these teachings or this wisdom, sometimes it takes time. If at any time you need to pause again and process this information, or maybe reference it on your own, feel free to do so. You can come back anytime. I'll now open to the Upanishads. It begins with somewhat of a prayer. Om May Brahman protect us. May he guide us. May he give us strength and right understanding. May love and harmony be with us all. I'll read that again. Om. May Brahman protect us. May he guide us. May he give us strength and right understanding. May love and harmony be with us all. It is an honor to share that with you, wherever you are. May love and harmony be with us all. Bhrigu, respectfully approaching his father, Varuna, said, "Sir, teach me Brahman." Varuna explained to him the physical sheath and the vital sheath and the functions of the senses, and added, "From whom all beings are born, in whom they live, being born, and to whom at death they return. Seek to know him. He is Brahman." Brahman is a word to denote the Godhead, the universal Godhead, or in that last passage that we read, that universal being that exists in all scripture or spiritual teachings. Brahman is spelt Brahman. He is Brahman. And so Bhrigu practiced austerity and meditation. Then it seemed to him that food was Brahman. For of food all things are born, by food they are sustained, being born, and into food they enter after death. Bhrigu is searching for Brahman, so he's off to a good start by practicing austerities and meditation. In this case, austerities could be spiritual practices, or another word could be sadhana. This knowledge, after practicing these things, did not satisfy him. He again approached his father Varuna and said, "Sir, teach me Brahman." Varuna replied, "Seek to know Brahman by meditation. Meditation is Brahman." Bhrigu practiced meditation and learned that primal energy is Brahman. For from primal energy all beings are born. By primal energy they are sustained, being born. By primal energy they are sustained, and into primal energy they enter after death. But Bhrigu was still doubtful about his knowledge, so he approached his father again and said, "Sir, teach me Brahman." Varuna replied, "Seek to know Brahman by meditation. Meditation is Brahman." He says that's the same thing. This is not a mistake in the text. This is not a mistake saying, well, meditation, and then he goes off and practices meditation, comes back to the teacher and says, "Teach me Brahman." This is not a mistake. This is the process. This is the sign of a good teacher. You see? The student comes to the teacher and says, "Please teach me of Brahman. Teach me of this great source, this great universal teaching, this great universal being." And the teacher says, "Meditation." Essentially, holding a mirror to the student and saying, "Look in this. You will find it. Look at yourself. Spend time in silence. It's there. We have to trust that it exists within our being, within our own being, is where the teaching and the origin resides." And so to experience that as a student and to have that encouragement is crucial. And the Upanishads presents that time and time again in many different ways, but this one being an example of Varuna saying, go back and meditate, very clearly. It's not to be mistaken that is the great teaching, is meditation. It's like the Buddha, when someone approaches and says, Buddha, teach me the truth. I want to know the truth. And the Buddha says, see for yourself. See the truth for yourself. Buddha, how do you know that's true? See for yourself. Brigu was still doubtful about this knowledge. He practiced meditation and learned that mind is Brahman. For from the mind all beings are born. By mind they are sustained, being born. And into mind they enter after death. Still doubtful, he approached his father. He said, Sir, teach me Brahman. His father replied, Seek to know Brahman by meditation. Meditation is Brahman. It happens again. This is faith in this process. It's building Brigu's trust in, it doesn't make sense to me, but I'll keep going back. It doesn't make sense to me, but I'm determined. I will keep going back. Even though the answer might feel or sound unsatisfactory. Really? Just go back and meditate? Really? Yes, time and time again. And he continues to come back to the teacher, his persistence. That's a big underlying message in this passage. Brigu practiced meditation and learned that intellect is Brahman. For from intellect all beings are born, and by intellect they are sustained, being born, and into intellect they enter after death. Not yet satisfied, doubting his understanding, Brigu approached his father and said, Sir, teach me Brahman. Varuna replied, Seek to know Brahman by meditation. Meditation is Brahman. Once again. And this is great because this is the process of elimination. Brigu is doing his due diligence. He's going back. He is practicing the meditation. He is listening to the instructions of the teacher, right? And when he comes back with a little bit more, just a little chunk, right? Is it the primal energy? Is it the mind? Is it the intellect? He's just not quite sure. He's refining this understanding. Brigu practiced meditation and learned that joy is Brahman. For from joy all beings are born. By joy they are sustained, being born. And into joy they enter after death. This is the wisdom which Brigu taught by Varuna attained within his heart. He who attains this wisdom wins glory, grows rich, enjoys health and fame. Brahman is to be meditated upon as the source of all thought and life and action. He is the splendor in wealth. He is the light in the stars. He is all things. Let a man meditate upon Brahman as support, and he will be supported. Let him meditate upon Brahman as greatness, and he will be great. Let him meditate upon Brahman as mind, and he will be endowed with intellectual power. Let him meditate upon Brahman as adoration, and he will be adored. Let him worship Brahman as Brahman, and he will become Brahman. He who is the self in man, and he who is the self in the sun are one. I am that self. I am life immortal. I overcome the world. I who am endowed with the golden effulgence. Those who know me achieve reality. Those who know me achieve reality. this is a really good opportunity to mention that the magic or the potency behind the words that are being shared here or in any of these teachings are to be experienced. That all of what is being shared is experiential understanding, or what we call realization. And it must be experienced directly in order for the realization to happen. So it says, realize this self, realize Brahman. In this case, self-realization, to realize what we truly are inside, what we truly are as a whole. The light in us is the same light that exists in the sun. We must go inside to realize this. We can talk about it or begin to understand concepts and words, but ultimately the practice resides in silence, in solitude, to cultivate an undisturbed nature or being that we can then present in our actions, in the words that we choose or allow ourselves to share with the world. As far as today, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for listening and being as you are. Until next time, namaste.